Welcome, traveler, to the BroTalk, the most randomic podcast with subjects tailored to make you think. My name is Augusto,
And my name is Marcus.
and today we're talking about
Random things.
random things because this is
Yeah.
bloody randomic, so randomizing internal subjects.
So the first thing is something I want to ask you. Which country would you like to live in?
Fucking Brazil.
Another country. Let's suppose you have to choose another one.
Right. Oh boy. I have a few options. There's Canada.
No. Okay, let's start with something different then. Why would you choose Brazil? Then you answer me the real question.
Because it's the best country ever.
Why?
Why? Because of its size, its continental size, and its position on the globe. Brazil has everything to be the richest country in the world.
Okay.
Because everything you plant, it grows. We're rich in minerals, we're rich in water, we're rich in basically everything. We're just badly administrated.
Yeah, it's badly administrated, but do you really think that it can turn the tables?
I do. I'm maybe just too optimistic, but I
Yeah.
really think we can.
I'm not very optimistic. I think we can turn the tables, but not in a short period of time. I think it would take more than 100 years and it would be dead already.
But someone has to start it.
Yes, someone has started.
That's why I think we should stick here. And that's something about it because I didn't want to live in Brazil for a long period. I think it's something quite new. This will to live in Brazil, to think of it as the best country. It's relatively new for me. But I would live in any other country basically, but Brazil. But today I like where I am.
Alright,
I'm really happy here.
interesting.
And because of my religious beliefs.
Okay, got it.
We tend to believe that spiritually speaking Brazil is the best country actually.
Gotcha.
So that's why.
But going back to the main question,
The main question, where would
Yeah.
I live?
where would you
Wow.
live? If you had to choose somewhere else.
Well, at first, I have, my blood is split between indigenous and Italian. So I had the right to Italian citizenship. So I think one of the places would certainly be Italy, because I love the culture and the food and it's just beautiful. But the UK, of course, England.
Okay, for sure.
England, Scotland, maybe Ireland.
Awesome.
Wales, it's also such a beautiful place. And Canada, because it's easy for Brazilians to go there. And maybe I think Norway.
Norway, awesome. That must be an awesome place.
Yes.
A lot of good
I-
landscape and everything.
I like to visit all those places. I want to visit one day, but living now,
Switzerland.
Switzerland, Europe.
There are a lot
It's
of
a
things.
place, right?
Yeah,
Europe.
for sure. It is. New Zealand.
I don't know. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Seeing pictures of it, but I don't know.
I would like to go there at least to, The Lord of the Rings was filmed there.
Yes,
So
set. As Game of Thrones was filmed in Ireland,
awesome.
so it would be nice.
It would be nice to know the place. Yeah, for sure.
There's also Japan. I very much like to visit Japan to get to know.
That's something that's very different from me. I don't really think I would like to go to Japan. Maybe to just know the place, but
Probably.
there's nothing that attracts me to Japan. I don't know why.
There are beautiful landscapes also, but Japan has decayed a lot.
For sure.
The economy is decaying. Japan is basically bankrupt. That's an unfortunate truth. So I don't know, maybe just touristing.
And do you like Japanese food?
Very much.
Very much? Okay. I started to like it a few months ago. I didn't like it. The only thing I like is raw fish. But I didn't like sushi, and I know that our sushi that we eat here is very different from Japan. But
and many things we eat here as Japanese food do not exist in Japan.
Yeah, for sure.
Just don't. Right? They don't exist. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to try, but I don't know. Maybe I would.
We eat here hot rolls.
Hot rolls.
It's a fried sushi.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
They don't fry sushi.
No, they don't fry sushi. Just an example. There are some temakis we eat here that don't exist there.
With cream cheese and
cream
everything.
Cheese and yes.
Yeah,
all that whole shit.
Yeah, I heard that they don't use cream cheese in those things. Yeah. I don't know.
Just as our Italian food. A staple of Italian Brazilian food is pasta with baked chicken, right? Roast chicken.
Yeah.
Not baked, roast, completely misplaced the word, right?
Yeah.
In Italy, chicken doesn't go with pasta at all. So you don't, cream cheese and chicken pizza, that whole shit doesn't exist.
But that one was a good idea,
It's a great idea.
Yeah. So, no problem.
No, but it doesn't really exist.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right? Many things we eat that don't exist.
I think Italian food, I don't know. I think that Canada and US are kind of similar to us.
No, they
not
suck
a lot. They
in
have a
terms
lot
of food.
Yeah, they have a lot of fast food. Yeah,
they don't eat,
But they have the option. They just don't want.
Because food, at least in the US, I don't know about Canada, but in the US, real food is really expensive. Absurdly expensive. As, on the other hand, if you go to a McDonald's, for example,
It's cents.
0.99.
0.99.
I was hearing a girl that lived there saying that there are some poor families that are born and die eating fast food. That fast food culture is poor people's stuff.
Yeah.
And you see that there are many poor people in the US. Here in Brazil, we think that the US is a rich place. Everybody's rich, but no. That's why 2/3 of the American population are obese.
Yeah, I think that this thing doesn't happen anywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone's rich. It simply doesn't exist. It's normal. Nature,
It's kind of impossible. So that
it
everyone
is.
gets rich.
It would be a dream come true.
That doesn't exist. Simply. And how about you?
How about me? I have
The US, the fucking America.
I have an emotional connection with English, and the first place that I would like to know is America, for sure. America. But I don't know if I would like to live there. I would like to try,
I very much love to know the US, to visit. Yeah. If I could, I'd like to, explore the US, know everywhere I can from the US, because it's a really beautiful country. Just like Brazil, it's really, really huge. I would say big, but I would say huge, it's enormous. And so many different cultures and landscapes. If I could, I would explore, the place.
Yeah, for sure. I think that my dream come true would be if I was rich and I could live 6 months in every country that I wanted, just to know the place,
Live traveling.
6 months, each country, that would be my dream come true. I don't know if I would, just stop and live the rest of my life in the US.
I don't know.
Because there are a lot of beautiful places there, man. Like
And
Switzerland, Greece, New Zealand, Australia,
Iceland.
Canada, Iceland, Germany.
It's fun, just a fact. Greenland is mainly ice, and Iceland is mainly green. Why Vikings did you do that?
Oh my god.
Why?
Man, and I would love to know.
Same.
I would love to get to know snow,
Yes.
Snow, because
We
I
don't
like
have
cold
snow.
places, man. I like cold, and I think that I'm born in the wrong place. Don't misjudge that, but I would love to be born in a place that's colder than here because here it's hot as hell.
Yeah. Last winter it went cold as hell. No.
No, it didn't.
As Viking hell.
You mean here?
Because their hell is cold. Just hyperbolic.
No, it was not cold at all. It was not even 12 degrees.
There were some days that it reached minus
Yeah,
2
but
last winter.
only at night or at the beginning of the morning.
Right?
Then I'm sleeping.
But see, we don't have that ever. Hey,
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, it's
It's
not.
colder. And
not.
you see, last Sunday, it looked a lot like a winter day.
Yeah, it really did.
It was kind of cold, It looked really like
It was
a winter day.
bearable.
And we are midsummer.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, that was good.
It was really good. Rainy and all. That's one thing I like about the UK. It's really really rainy. I love rain.
Rainy. London would be an awesome place to visit.
Yes. Really good.
Really good.
Birmingham.
Dublin maybe.
Dublin. I like to see Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Not because of the Peaky Blinders, because of Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, okay.
The birthplace of
Interesting.
Black Sabbath.
Awesome.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I would also go there because the place must be insane.
Surely.
And there are a lot of good places in Italy as well.
Yes, many places. Sicily,
Italy is
Tuscany,
castles.
Florence, the birthplace of the Italian language, because the Italian that the Italians speak was born in Florence with Dante Alighieri
Yeah.
when he wrote the Divine Comedy.
Insane.
The Italian he used his work was so famous that his Italian became the standard Italian.
Awesome.
So Florentine Italian is Italy's language, official language.
Florentine. Isn't it where you play Assassin's Creed 2?
Yes, Florence.
Florence.
Firenze.
What does the guy say in the beginning? It is Ezio de Firenze. Something.
Ezio da Firenze.
Ezio da Firenze, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's the guy's name.
This is why I remember that.
Yeah, Florence. No, it's Tuscany, the whole region,
Yeah.
province.
That's interesting.
One interesting about Assassin's Creed is that you can travel the world playing because the places are real.
Yeah, that's
Something
very
really nice about it. It's real places.
It's the same as GTA 5.
So,
Yeah, sort of. It's smaller than the real city, which is Los
of
Angeles.
course.
But they have the main places there. They
Yes.
are almost the same. I saw they made the comparison between the game and the real life, and it's insane what they did.
It's exactly the same, yes.
I don't know if exactly, but it really looks like.
A lot.
Yeah.
Look a lot like. Kind of car is that?
Yeah, that's normal. I think we are already used to it.
It's BS. It's insane how cars work in Brazil. Guys want to have a big car but can't afford it, so they shut off, the escape,
Yeah, that's fucking
the
ridiculous.
my tongue just tripped. Exhausting.
But okay, going back, a place that I've never thought a lot about is Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. I'd like to know because we are really really bigots when it comes to Africa because
Yeah.
when you think about Africa, you think of poverty.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
No.
It's the same if an American think about Brazil. Almost the same, I think.
Yes, Americans think we live in the jungle and
Yeah.
we have to fight monkeys to steal their bananas, except if you live in Rio.
Yeah.
There's Rio and the Amazon rainforest, basically. I think it's fun when Americans get asked about basic geography.
Oh yeah, it is. They don't know anything.
They are completely ignorant regarding to basic geography.
They are.
It's insane. It's ridiculous to watch them trying to guess countries outside of America.
I was watching to a video. I think it was by Lingualizer. Have you ever seen the guy?
No.
He is a guy that likes to learn languages, so I think he speaks 8 to 10 languages.
Wow.
And the guy is really, really awesome speaking languages. And he was on Amigo asking people about flags and countries and everything. And then she asked a girl, and she said, if this is a test for you to know if American people are stupid, first of all, I'm not American. Because it's so normal for American people to don't know the name of countries. That everybody knows it.
And when you say America, they think America is their country.
Yeah, but
They don't know that there are 3 Americas, North, Central, and South America.
yeah,
And that we all are Americans.
but that's not because that didn't happen because they wanted to, offend anyone. It's because
No, it's because they don't know.
It's what they were called back then.
And
When they were
I
colonized.
don't know in English, but in Portuguese there is a word to refer to people that are born in the United States. I don't know if there is an English word for that, but I know in Portuguese we say estadunidense.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's, Statunition in English. I don't know. I'm just creating here, just rambling.
Isn't it American?
Beside American,
There's another one.
that's what I said. I don't know if there is in English besides American.
I don't really think so.
North American, maybe. The North American, I know that there is.
Yeah.
But that's the point. North America, we have
North America is Canada and
Iceland,
US.
Canada, the US, and Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah.
We have 4 countries in North America.
It doesn't make any sense. No, it makes, but I would say American.
It's insane,
Yeah,
They
yes.
don't even have a word for that, but they're not the only Americans in the world.
But I heard somewhere that it was because of their colonization.
Yes.
That's
Because the US wasn't actually a country. The US are just United States.
yeah.
Not a country. It became, an agreement that we are a country. Not because someone expanded their territory so that the country got bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's why they were called Americans all the time, and then it ended up being Americans.
It's American. That's right. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But they have something we don't have here. They have a lot of study in their history. Their city's history. They know everything.
Yeah, they
Who
know.
founded the city, the mayors, and the governors, the presidents. They know the history
Yeah,
upside down.
the Alamo. You know the history of Alamo?
No. No, no idea.
Yeah, the Alamo was a place in Anfield. It was a church that was very important on the fight between North and South or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's very famous.
I know they have this rivalry between North and South.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a rivalry it is right now, but yeah,
The Yankees. I don't even know if the Yankees are northern or southern. I know nothing about it.
neither do I.
I don't know. The only thing I know is that there are the Yankees, and that's it. I don't know if the Yankees are the Confederates. I think the Confederates are from the south because their flag is banned.
Yeah.
Because they were deemed racist. So the Confederate flag is forbidden, and it's actually, if you think about design, it's a really beautiful flag.
I don't think I know it.
It's a blue cross with stars and red surrounding it.
No, I can't recall it.
You can Google it later. It's really a beautiful flag, but it is considered, I think, white supremacists and racism and everything that they don't like, because you shouldn't be like racism.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, but they deem it's forbidden.
Yeah, but I think that racism is very more common in the US.
Yes.
They really say it, and people that are black that usually travel to the US, they say that they feel it way more in the US than here in Brazil.
It's because here in Brazil, everybody has something, a drop of the blood is black in Brazil. And we have the black, we have indigenous people. I just said before, I'm half indigenous. I don't look like at all, but yes, my grandmother was an indigenous person. So yes, everybody has it. Everybody has a little of black, indigenous, Portuguese, French, Italian.
Yeah, for sure.
We're really a miscellaneous. So I think, and because of the African religions, the African Brazilian religions, that they came because the Africans brought their culture here, and then they, mixed the Catholic culture of their owners, the slave owners, that they had to, worship God and Jesus and the saints, and then they syncretized with their own saints and gods, and then created the African American religions. And it's a really strong movement in Brazil. So that's why, we see racism, but it's really, really, it's nothing compared to the US. Because there you see they segregate themselves. The black people or the African American people, because you can't say black people anymore. The African American people don't mix with the white people, they don't mix with the Chinese, they don't mix with the Japanese, they don't mix with the Mexicans. Everybody, you won't see people from different races, skin colors, living together. They might work together, they might even have a kind of relationship, but you don't see them, let's have a party. No, they won't do that. But we see that here.
Yeah.
A lot.
Interesting.
Most of the time, you don't even stop to see that we have the miscellaneous of colors here.
Yeah, so we don't really care about it because it's very normal.
I know we have racism, it's a lot of racism here, but nothing compared to the US. It's insane there. Insane.
Yeah, for sure.
And you see people from each side hating on each other. It's not, there's one race that hates. No, everyone hates on everyone. It's kind of a hateful country.
Yeah, kinda. I think that's getting better, somehow.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
Humans should be able to get along.
For sure.
Not just, bludgeon on themselves.
And that reminded me of something that I've just got to know about my family, that somehow my mother's side of the family had a very pure blood because everyone was married between Italians. Somehow it happened. It was not intentional at all. And I don't know, I think that's interesting because it was
difficult to happen.
It's very difficult.
Really difficult.
They were all Italians, and I was taking a look at it, and I thought it was very, very interesting.
It really is.
And my father's side, I think they are all
They're Dutch.
Dutch. Oh wait. I thought that the last one was Germany.
No, Karen has the family tree.
Interesting. Okay.
My grandfather has it.
I
He
would,
has the entire genealogy.
I would like to have a copy.
Ask him. You can ask him. He has the entire genealogy.
That's nice, man. Come on. I'll take a look at it. But okay.
I don't know if I'm correct, but they're Dutch. But I know for sure they're not German.
Okay.
But
I don't know who
they're
said
Dutch.
from me that they were all German. Maybe somehow, I don't know. Didn't understand at all, but someone said me German. But no problem.
Yeah, because it looks German.
Yeah, it really looks. Well,
But all the Germanic languages look the same. The names, you know.
yeah, it makes sense. But okay, that's it. Going back to Africa.
Africa, right?
We're gonna talk about Africa.
Africa. You know, if you look at landscapes, there are many touristic attractions in South Africa. It's a really, really beautiful country.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
It sounds
Africa is not only desert and
For sure.
starving people.
for sure.
You know,
Brazil is not as well, so
Brazil is not a jungle as well. We won't see a monkey hopping over our heads because it's not how it works. It's just not how Brazil works if you're not Brazilian
yeah,
watching
it's
this.
a normal place. Don't worry about it. You're gonna see human civilization everywhere, almost
Yeah.
everywhere. I think.
Almost everywhere. What places are not, you know,
What places are not?
are not inhabited by humans?
Extreme softball.
It doesn't count. And there are people there, scientists,
Yeah, there are, but
that kind of live there.
what place can't we have?
I know for a fact that there are some indigenous tribes in Brazil that weren't even discovered yet.
Shit.
And there are ones, I think you might have seen already a picture of a plane, you know, full of arrows on its belly. You might
No, I don't think
look
so,
and
but-
put them for them. They're called, you know, the Caboclos Flecheiros. It's an indigenous tribe, you know. They haven't had any contact with civilization. That's why the plane is full of arrows, because they seen it and they attacked it.
How is it possible to?
In Brazil, I know there is.
No, I can't imagine how it's possible to happen because it's already been 500 years.
Yes, but they. And I know for a fact that there are some tribes that haven't ever been discovered yet, but people know that there are.
How? Do they live underground?
No, because we haven't mapped everything. We know where our border begins and ends, but we don't know the place. People didn't really go in the forest to, you know, measure everything. We have a vague idea of what is inside the Amazon rainforest, but we have never really gone into it.
Imagine you going into a forest just to hike, and being captured from an indigenous, right?
Shit.
It would be interesting.
Terrifying. Because you don't know what might happen. They might be cannibals, because there are some cannibal tribes. I think that there aren't more, but they were found. I don't remember the name of the indigenous tribe. It was really decimated, but they were cannibals.
I think you were making me look bad in the video.
Why?
If there are some Americans
Fuck them.
watching this, they're gonna say, "Oh, these guys are actually monkeys."
I don't care. I live in the city.
I'm kidding.
I don't care. Fuck you. American imperialist.
Imperialist.
I'm gonna say something that will terrify Americans. Metric system. Celsius. You know?
Kilometers per hour.
Kilometers per hour.
I still don't know how to convert miles per hour and kilometers per hour.
I think a mile is 100. It's 1 kilometer and 400 meters. I'm not sure.
So 200 miles per hour would be like 280, 300 kilometers per hour. No,
Something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Something around it.
Yes,
And I know that a pound is 450 grams.
So 25 pounds would be like 15 kilos.
Something like around that. Because not 500 grams exactly, it's 450. So yeah.
Oh wait, so it's less than a half.
Less than a half.
So it'd be 10, kind of 10, 11 and something. Shit. Okay. Why, man? Why they do all this, man?
They complicate everything.
Yeah.
They don't measure liters, they measure gallons. I think a gallon is 2.5 liters.
Okay.
It's so much difficult.
But I think that if you're going to the supermarket, the grocery store, they have both of them because Canada is right.
No, they don't.
No, you gotta
In Canada, you have the metric system, but in the US, no, they don't.
Fuck
Yeah. And I think, I'm not sure, I think a mile is 5,280 feet. Because there is the acronym 5 tomatoes.
5 tomatoes. Okay.
For kids to remember, 5 tomatoes.
Okay. Alright. I think
Why don't they use fucking kilometers? Because a kilometer is 1,000 meters. And a meter is 100 centimeters. It's so logical. A liter weighs exactly a kilo
of water.
Water.
Okay. Because it depends on the material
Depends
density,
on the mass.
Yeah.
But most things weight the same. Most liquids weigh the same.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but the only one that I took some time to learn is height because it's kind of easier.
No idea. We talked about height. You converted my height into
5'10".
inches. Yes, 5'10".
Yeah, I don't know why, but I thought it's kind of easier. You just have to know 3 of them and okay, you know how to measure your height.
You can calculate.
Yeah, no problem.
But we have many measurements of height because we have yards, we have inches, we have feet.
Yeah. But for example, if the guy is, or the girl, I don't know, is a dwarf, I don't know how to measure that.
Yeah.
Because I know that 4 and something is 150 something centimeters. But I don't know how much is 1 foot. A foot, sorry.
I think a foot
Would be
is
something like
15 centimeters. Isn't something like that?
182 divided by 6 would be something like
15 centimeters.
13, 14, yeah. Yeah, it's something like
Around
that.
that.
Okay, so a hobbit would be...
What's the height of a hobbit?
I don't know, fuck it. It would take a lot of time and then...
We don't really care about the height of a hobbit.
Do you remember the height of a hobbit in centimeters?
No.
150.
50.
Yeah.
Right.
150.
We have really big feet.
Yeah, really big and hairy feet.
And hairy feet.
That's the only thing that I have in common. The hairy feet.
And they
Not so much, okay.
eat a lot. No, actually it was...
Yeah, I think they do. For their height and mass, you know.
No, I think it was just Pippin and his friend, which I completely forgot the name.
Pippin and...
The other one, you know?
Mary and Pippin. Oh, that
They
movie is
ate a
awesome.
lot. Because Frodo ate like a regular person.
Yeah.
He didn't gorge.
yeah.
Merry Pippin.
That movie is awesome, man. Come on.
It's the movie.
Yeah, I still have to read the books.
And
man.
there are people who dare to say that Harry Potter is better.
Yeah.
Why would someone make such a, unfortunate accusation?
I've met a lot of them.
Oh God, have mercy on their soul, because they really have no clue on what they say.
Okay, that was a good
Expression of my
expression of
feelings.
your feelings, yeah. But yeah, I've seen a lot of them, and I don't know. I think that some of them could not understand what is the real meaning of the movie. I
The
think.
metaphysics involved in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that movie has.
Tolkien was just an old man making stories for his sons.
And not only that, he was making stories with meanings for his sons. And he brought something of that after he fought World War I.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does J.K. Rowling wants? Make money. Can you see? From one side, you have passion, the intense urge to
but that's
create.
real. I think the book wasn't released before he died. It was released for a friend, I think, after his death. Is it right?
Don't know.
I think it
But
was.
as far as I know, it was released after his death.
Yeah, I think that a friend just went to his house and asked for permission to pick up the book that
I
was
think
on a
it was
drawer.
one of his sons
Yeah.
who
Was
authorized it.
his son?
I think it was one of his sons that authorized it.
Okay. I didn't know.
But yeah, Tolkien didn't do anything.
He didn't even want to release that masterpiece.
Can you imagine if that guy didn't
man.
want to reread the Lord of the Rings? What masterpiece would have he lost?
And for those who don't know, The Lord of the Rings is one book, but it has 1,200 pages, about 1,200.
It's 3 movies.
It was divided in 3.
Movies. Can you imagine? 3 hours movies. 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Maybe.
The extended version, that's the only one that I know because...
The real one.
Yeah, it's the real one.
Is the extended, the movies, the cinema version is 3 hours.
So, I thought it was 2:45, 2:50. Yeah, 3 hours, okay. Fuck it. But I think that there's one of them that takes more than 3 hours and 40, the extended version.
I think it's The Return of the King. It's close to 4 hours.
And that is a masterpiece, man. Come on.
But my favorite is The Fellowship of the Ring.
My favorite is The Two Towers. But
It's really nice.
you first. Why your favorite is the Fellowship of the Ring?
Because it's how it begins, and there is the Balrog of the Deep.
Oh,
It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
the Balrog of the Deep. It's not Balrog of Morgoth.
I don't know. I think it's Balrog of the Deep.
I can't remember. I think it was Balrog of Morgoth.
Anyway, you shall not pass. Boy,
Oh, yeah,
I get
that's-
the chills.
That scene is awesome.
I think it's the best scene in the entire. Although there's Aragorn's speech, when they're invading Mordor in The Return of the King.
Oh yeah.
Helm's Deep, the fortress,
Helm's Deep.
is another. When they're fighting to protect it, for
This
protecting
is-
Gondor.
The Two Towers is my favorite because of the battles. One of them is in the Helm's Deep.
And I like a character that dies, Boromir.
The
So-
best death, I think.
It's one of the
First
greatest, and it's fun because he was a bad guy. And then when he starts to become a really good person, more like Aragorn, he dies.
Yeah.
And he really starts to get concerned with destroying the One Ring and everything, he dies.
Yeah.
He is basically fusilated by arrows.
By arrows.
But it's basically, thick arrows because the Uruk-hai, those this size thick arrows.
There's something I want to add because I hate when characters have a shit death. But in the case of Boromir,
It was a good death.
it was a good death. It was an honor death.
Yes.
So that's what I fucking miss on movies. Because it's like...
Sean Ben is an actor that's specialized in dying. Most movies he acts, he dies.
Yeah.
And he plays great characters. Like in Game of Thrones, where you have Ned Stark.
Well, I've never watched Game of Thrones, so
It's his character.
I have
It's one of the greatest characters.
Ned Stark.
Lord Eddard.
Was it on the first season?
Yes, he dies. His life is the first season.
I can't remember who that is because I've only watched the first season.
And that's when he dies. First season.
Yeah, but I can remember it was a long time ago. I think it was.
He's executed because he was, the only guy trying to do the right thing.
Okay.
And he dies because of that. Because he defies Cersei and she gets him killed. Because she's the fucking queen. I hate Cersei.
You hate what?
Cersei Lannister.
Oh, okay, Cersei Lannister. Lannister is the only name I remember. But I can't remember characters, man. Come on.
I fucking hate her. She's the queen. Entire shit.
She is.
She kills her husband. She fucks with her brother.
That blonde.
Her sons are her nephews at the same time because
The queen is that blonde one.
Yes.
Okay, I remember her. Because of that scene where the guy says... he says something about power and then he asks for the guys to seize him.
Yes,
Cut his throat.
her.
Yeah, that scene is awesome.
And that guy is another son of a bitch.
I think that,
The little finger.
as far as I'm concerned, because I've only watched the first season, everyone is a son of a bitch on that.
Everyone's a son of a bitch, but they are the worst ones, which are Cersei and Peter Baelish. This guy, the little finger.
Little finger.
Little finger. His name was Peter Baelish.
But I can't remember a lot of characters. I remember the guy that was infatuated for a whore.
Can't remember.
But don't you remember the guy?
No.
Okay, no problem. That's the only thing I remember.
They're so. It's another rich universe,
Yeah.
And there are some curiosity about Game of Thrones because George Martin the author, he's an old sick guy. He's really sick. He suffers a lot with diabetes. And he didn't let anyone know how it would end. He knew from the beginning. He started writing how he wanted it to end. You know, Game of Thrones is the name of the first book, which has between 600 pages, I think, something like that.
Shit.
The first book. There are 7 books. And Game of Thrones is the name of the first book. The series is actually called The Chronicles of Ice and Fire.
And by the way, something that I'm curious about. Does the TV show end the same as the books?
No, because I only read the first book.
Okay.
Because it's really, really tiring to read the books.
Okay.
It's tiring and it's annoying.
Why?
Because
it has a lot of details, more than...
A lot of details, because there are some threads in the guy's clothes,
More than it needed to have.
More than it needed to. It's really, really detailed.
Okay.
You don't have because the guy didn't to give you space for imagination.
Okay.
He didn't leave you space to create on your head how the character looked like.
Oh, that's interesting. He detailed everything.
He wanted you to see the character as he saw.
That's what I do when I'm writing.
So he put so much detail, so don't do that.
Yeah, but I don't write for others, I write for myself.
Right, so because if you're in others, forget that. Just forget that because
I don't know why, but I ever like to write things. The first book I wrote was on 4th grade. I was the only one that wrote more than 70 pages. Everyone wrote 2 pages or 3, I wrote 70.
I'm sure a teacher didn't read it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I got a 10. For effort.
Yeah. Oh!
No, but he read that because he corrected my mistakes on the 70 pages. Maybe it was shitty, but I can't remember. I don't know where it is right now for me to read again. Who knows?
That's insane. Anyway, George Martin, he was really sick, so he left the end of that saga for only 2 people, the owners of HBO.
Okay.
Because they were the guys who were producing. So the only owners of HBO knew how it would end in case he died. But the actors would only know what was happening when they came on set, because they had to sign a contract that they wouldn't read the books.
Alright.
So they wouldn't know what was going to happen. They knew when they got the script for that recording day. And they would know the rest when they watched it on TV.
Okay.
So they knew what they were doing. Everything else is just everything else. It's insane. George Martin's a maniac. Period.
Yeah, probably.
But I still prefer Lord of the Rings because I didn't finish Game of Thrones. It was so boring at the point.
Yeah.
Because I think they were trying to speed him up. But it had really a shitty ending, and he has maybe done that on purpose because he doesn't like to be sped up.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't think I would go back and try to watch it again.
Neither do I. I don't have the patience, nor the time to do that.
But you went to, I don't know, the 4th season or something?
I think I stopped at season 5.
Okay, way more than me then.
Yeah, but I think there are 7 or 8 seasons. I don't really.
That's 7.
7.
I think, I don't know.
I don't know if there are 7 or 8 seasons. I didn't have the patience to watch it all. Saturated.
Yeah, I think so.
just like The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Did you watch The Walking Dead?
No, I was thinking about it. I watched the first episode, but yeah.
I watched it up to mid fourth season.
Okay.
Because the season have mid season and season finale. I stopped on mid season 4 because it got so freaking annoying. I couldn't stand it, so I stopped it.
Alright. Yeah, I think that the same would happen to me.
There is a TV show that I watched only I think 2 or 3 episodes. It was Supernatural. The premise is cool, but no.
Supernatural. What is it about?
They fight demons.
Okay.
On episode 1, someone resurrects a Hitler, and the main character kills Hitler.
Alright.
That's it. Basically, the entire scheme. His brother dies, he comes back to life, and blah blah blah. It's just too annoying for me. Too fucking annoying.
But it's for teens or normal?
It's for teens.
Okay. Yeah.
And many adults wouldn't like to hear that. But yes, it's for teens.
I don't care.
It just sucks.
Yeah, there are a lot of things made for teens that adults like it.
There are some things made for teens that are quite good.
Like?
Arrow.
I don't know.
It gets annoying to a point. I finished the show because I wanted to see how it ends. And the actors are good. Stephen Amell is a really good actor. But I think it's new up to season 4. Season 5, 6, I think 7 seasons. Season 7 is just a repetition of season 4, seasons 3 and 4. Because season 4 already repeats what happens in season 3.
Shit.
And then it goes over and over and over again. It's just same, format. Different villains, different clothes, but it's the same format. There's a random villain, they go after a villain, they find the villain, they lose, then they come up with a plan, then they arrest the villain. And then there is the whole drama, will Oliver kill the villain or will Oliver spare the villain's life?
Oh God.
It's much cooler when he kills the villain, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah, I
Because
don't like when...
he has this drama. Season 1, he just murdered past everybody. Simple as that. Punisher-like, Punisher with the bow. That's it.
Yeah.
And there are scenes of him torturing people.
Oh, I think I only watched season 1 then.
There are many good episodes in Arrow. Then comes the drama because he really loves Felicity and she wants him to stop killing. Oh, how different are you from the bad guy? So it comes to the dilemma: will I kill? Will I not kill? Blah blah blah. Then there is this affair between him and Felicity, and it just sucks. So season 3, season 4, it's nice. Season 5, oh boy, the same.
Yeah, and Punisher will not have a season 3.
Unfortunately. I think, Charlie Cox, the Daredevil, the actor, he appears in No Way Home. Spoiler alert, I didn't watch the movie either.
He appears. But
I just Instagrammed.
He only appears. He doesn't do much.
But it's fun to know that the Daredevil exists.
Yeah,
And it's
the same universe.
that awesome Daredevil.
No, he does a cool thing.
What does he do?
Because he's sitting there, he's gonna be the lawyer for Tom Holland, which is Spider-Man. They are hiring a lawyer, and then everyone is upset with Tom Holland, and someone throws a brick in the window, I think, And it was gonna hit Tom Holland, but Daredevil just catches that. And he was saying, you need to hire a good lawyer and everything, and I don't know. And then when he catches it, they say, you were blind, how did you do that? And just, because I'm a good lawyer. That's the scene. But that's cool, take a look.
And I think the nice part is that, we have the 3 Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
And as far as from I heard, it's half movie. It's not just, Flash, Tobey Maguire, end story,
Yeah, it's not so much.
And I really like Tobey Maguire as an actor because he doesn't have patience with paparazzi.
Yeah. I saw some footage of that.
He looks fulminating, something. I'm gonna rip your throat off and make you swallow your heart, you son of a devil. Something like that. Really hates on the guys. It's really interesting to see. I don't think it's something I think I noticed, but when he gets a beard, he really looks like Eminem.
Yeah.
Take a look at pictures of Tobey Maguire with a beard. He really looks like Eminem.
I will have to take a look. Oh my god.
The rap god is the Spidey god.
By the way, talking about rap, have you seen that song that it's called Face Off?
No.
The Rock sings on it.
No, I haven't.
You have to. It's a rap song, but it's good for working out. And The Rock, man,
It's The Rock.
The guy's a beast.
You get, you can pump 20 kilos each arm or listen to The Rock. Because it's The Rock.
I was talking to a friend of mine. The Rock has already finished his life. The main quests are finished. Now he's doing side quests.
Yeah, he's an actor, a bodybuilder, a rapper.
Exactly.
He's a dad.
Yeah. Yes. He has Terramana. His tequila brand.
Ooh.
He has a tequila brand. Unfortunately, it doesn't sell here in Brazil, but I would like to buy it.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
And
he also has an energy drink brand.
Nice.
And something else, it's called Zoa, but and he also has an earbuds brand.
For working out.
Yeah.
Because it's the fucking Rock.
Oh, the guy is awesome.
The guy is the beast.
The earbud, I'm gonna try to find that and send to you because that earbud is next level.
It's the earbud.
The earbud.
Right.
I'm gonna find that.
Have you watched Breaking Bad?
No.
One of the best TV shows ever. It's the Lord of the Rings of TV shows.
The Lord of the Rings of TV shows.
Period.
Okay, I've watched 4 or 5 episodes and then I stopped.
The first season is kind of to get to know the characters.
Yeah, I think the same happens in The Witcher.
Basically, so we have to watch 5 seasons.
That's what I said to you, the second season is way better.
Yes, it's fun that Walter White, Heisenberg, on season 1, you pity him. But look, I think season 3, you start hating him so bad.
Because
you want to go through the screen and punch the guy. You son of a bitch! You start hating him. It's amazing. The transformation you see, and they use a lot of psychology of colors. They have real science behind it. And the formulas, the chemist, it was a real chemist who did the formulas.
Yeah.
And everything is real.
Interesting.
Every chemist thing that appears, it's real because they had a real chemist doing the job for them.
Come on. Yeah, I think I have to watch it, but
right
now I don't think I will.
I don't even remember why I started talking about Breaking Bad.
Because we started talking about movies and
The Rock.
TV shows.
The Rock. Jesse Pinkman and one of the characters, Aaron Paul, is one of the actor.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston, Walter White. After the show ended, they released a brand of tequila.
Okay, interesting. What's the name of the brand?
I don't remember, but I think the name is something related to the show. I don't really remember now.
Okay.
It's something related to the show.
Okay. Alright.
And you even have some, because there's the Pollos Hermanos, a franchise or, a branch of fast food, And not long ago, I think, a few months ago, Brian Cranston posted a picture with a bucket from Los Pollos Hermanos. It's fun that the guys kind of still live the show.
Right.
They kind of live off. And there is the spin-off, Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
It's a spin-off.
You said to me about that.
But you have to watch Breaking Bad, or else you won't understand. Because the same actors, the same characters appear.
Alright.
It's fun because they are the same actors. It's really. And Giancarlo Esposito, the guy who makes Gus Fring, he voiced a villain in Far Cry, the game.
Villain in Far Cry? Which one?
I think it's the last one. I don't know which number it is.
I think it's 6. The last one that was
550. Because there are many. It's just like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Many games.
Yeah. I don't like Far Cry ever.
Haven't played it, so I don't know if I like it or not.
I played the second one, the third one. The second one I played when I was 12, maybe. Long time ago. But I don't like a lot of open world games.
That's what I would love about Far Cry. I love open world games. I can say, fuck the main quest, I want to explore.
I don't think the side quests on Far Cry are really good.
No, not side quests. Just
explore.
Walking around.
Okay.
That's the fun of it.
I don't really like it.
That's why I love Skyrim so much. GTA. That's why I love GTA so much. I love open world games. Assassin's Creed because of that too.
But GTA has a lot of good side quests to do.
Yeah, but not all GTAs.
I don't know.
Good side quests.
I haven't played the 5th one, so I don't know.
I played GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City, and 5. I tried to play 4, but my computer... I don't know what happened, I couldn't save the game.
Shit, yeah.
So I gave up.
Yeah, there's no way you can finish it in one sit.
Yeah, so I didn't play GTA 4.
You would have to be insane. I took more than 3 months to finish GTA 5. Because, I had to force myself to play the game.
It's long.
Yeah, it is, but not so long as The Witcher, for example.
Or Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I want to play Skyrim. Oh boy.
Yeah, but I think we are already coming to a wrap.
Oh boy!
1 hour and 3 minutes.
Oh boy.
So that was a good time.
It was randomic. See?
Yeah,
Random. And I didn't think about what to think about because it extract any life lesson out of it. I'm feeling incompetent today.
We're just talking, so no problem. They're gonna learn a lot of.
But everything has like watch it again and pay attention because you have life lessons. For example, The Lord of the Rings is better than Harry Potter. Period. One of the life lessons is the most important life lessons you ever get.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Probably.
Not probably. Surely.
Okay. So that's it.
That's it.
We're coming to wrap, and we'll see you guys. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe.
And follow us on fucking Instagram.
For sure. And
For sure.
we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye bye.